Welcome to our presentation. We're group number 6 and we will be presenting on industrial banks and development banks. An industrial bank is a financial institution that provides banking services such as deposits, loans, and other financial products primarily to businesses and corporations. Industrial banks differ from traditional banks in that they typically focus on serving a specific industry or sector such as agriculture, manufacturing, or energy. One of the examples of industrial bank is National CSI Development Bank Limited. Some of the functions of industrial banks are number 1, providing finance to businesses and corporations including loans for working capital, expansion, equipment purchases, and other needs. Number 2, accepting deposits from businesses and other customers which can be used to fund their lending activities. Number 3, providing specialized expertise in the industries they serve, allowing them to provide advice and financial solutions to their clients. However, National CSI Bank doesn't allow deposits. The regulatory obligations of industrial banks are number 1, compliance with banking laws and regulations. The bank must comply with a range of banking laws and regulations, including those related to consumer protection, anti-money laundering, and data privacy. Number 2, capital and liquidity requirement. The bank may be subject to specific capital and liquidity requirements which are designed to ensure that the bank is able to absorb losses and maintain its financial stability. Number 3, reporting and disclosure requirements. An industrial bank must provide regular reports and disclosure to the relevant regulatory authorities, including financial statements, risk assessments, and other information as required.
I am Robin Rai and I will be continuing the presentation. Industrial banks generate revenue through a variety of sources, and some of them are: first one, through interest income. This is the primary source of income revenue for industrial banks. They lend money to businesses and individuals at a certain rate and earns through the interest income. Next one is fees and commission. Industrial banks charge fees for various services such as processing loans, credit checks, and overdraft fees. Next one is investment. They invest in various financial instruments such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Next is distinguished as other incomes, where industrial banks may generate revenue from other sources such as leasing and factoring. Now, some of the roles of industrial banks are: firstly, issuing loans. One of the primary roles of industrial banks is to lend money to businesses and corporations. This can include loans for working capital, equipment purchase, and real estate acquisition. Next, facilitating international trade. Industrial banks can help facilitate international trade by providing services such as trade finance, foreign exchange, and letter of credit. Next is offering financial advice. Industrial banks offer financial advices to businesses and corporations, such as helping them develop financial plans and manage risks. Now, to answer the question, what problems are being solved by the banks? Industrial banks solves problem by providing financing and other financial services to businesses, including loans, credit lines, and other financial products. They provide solutions to help businesses grow, expand, and compete in the marketplace.
Now I will talk about development bank. Development banks are specialized financial that provide long-term funding for projects that support economic growth and development in the country. One of the examples of development bank in Bhutan is Bhutan Development Bank Limited. To give brief background on BDBL, BDBL was incorporated by the Royal Charter in January 1988 with assistance of the Asian Development Bank to function as a development financial institution. It was established with the primary objective of promoting and developing entrepreneurship in the country by providing access to financial service to small and medium-sized enterprise and rural communities. The key functions of a development bank includes number 1, providing long-term loans and credit. Development banks provide long-term loans and credit to finance development projects. The loans are typically given at a lower interest rate than commercial banks and are designed to support economic growth and development. Number 2, technical assistance. Development banks also provide technical assistance and advice to businesses and governments to help them implement development projects successfully. Number 3, innovation and entrepreneurship. Development banks can promote innovation and entrepreneurship by providing funding and support to startups and small businesses. Now to talk about the regulatory obligation of Bhutan development banks. Number 1, compliance with the Bhutanese laws and regulation. BDB is required to comply with all the relevant laws and regulation of Bhutan. Number 2, capital adequacy. BDB is required to maintain adequate level of capital to support its operation and ensure its solvency. The RMA sets minimum capital requirement that all financial institutions operating in Bhutan must meet. Number 3, financial reporting. BDB is required to prepare and submit regular financial report to the RMA and other regulatory bodies. This report must comply with the relevant accounting and reporting standards and provide accurate and timely information on the bank's financial performance and position.
Now I'll continue the presentation. First one is revenue, how the development bank generates revenue. First one is interest on loan. One of the main source of revenue for the development bank is the interest earned on the loan they provide to the borrowers. Second one is fee and commissions. Development bank may charge fees and commissions on their services. Third one is investment. Development bank may also generate revenue by investing in securities such as bonds, stocks, and other financial instruments. And now I will talk about the roles and responsibilities of development bank. First one is promoting entrepreneurship. Development bank promotes entrepreneurship in the country by providing loan to the startup. And second one is providing financial services. Development bank provides various financial services such as loans, bank overdrafts, and loans to develop the entrepreneur. And third one is support rural development. Development bank supports rural development in the country by providing credit facilities to farmers and rural entrepreneurs. Now lastly, I will talk about the problem solved by the development bank. First one is lack of access to financial. Development bank provides financials to individuals and businesses that may not have access to traditional source of funding such as commercial bank. Second one is lack of infrastructure. Development bank can finance the construction of infrastructure such as road, bridges, and other. And last one is economic stagnation. Development bank can support the growth of new industry sectors by providing financial, technical assistance and advising services so that they can grow. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.